What's up everybody, Josh Ham here. Today is November 10th, 2020, and I just want to give you a brief life update. What I'm doing, what I'm working on, one of the goals that I'm looking to accomplish. So today's November 10th, and the next goal I have on my horizon is it's going to take place the weekend of March 27th, and that is the Blackbeard's Revenge 100-mile run, and that's going to take place in the Outer Banks in North Carolina. So why 100 miles? Why am I going to do this? So I've done half marathon, I've run a full marathon, I've also completed some longer running endeavors, such as I've done a 31-mile foot march when I was stationed at Fort Drum. I completed the 40-mile Derby challenge with some of my friends when I was stationed in Italy. Just this year I completed the Goggins challenge, which is the 4x4x48, so 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. Shortly after that I completed a 4x4x24 with my platoon leader. So now I'm looking to take on my next fitness challenge, which is going to be this 100-mile race in the Outer Banks. And the reason I'm going to do this is it's kind of a testament to kind of pay my respects to some of the athletes that I've looked up to over the years, especially the vegan athletes, such as Rich Roll, Scott Jurek. And as toxic as he may have been early in my vegan life, Durian Rider, from the feats he completed on a bicycle, he really, cradled me in my early vegan years. So I would just like to, participate and, throw my name in the hat to, maybe someday become a figure of such and inspire future vegan athletes to take on these amazing feats. Because the more of us that there are, these plant-based and vegan folk doing these things, the less of an anomaly it will seem. So today I'm gonna bring you along on this training. I'm not gonna bring you along, I'm just giving you an update, and then I'll maybe say hi afterwards. Just want to document my training from here until race day. And this also will help me keep myself accountable by putting out the energy into the world that says I am going to do this event. And if you're in North Carolina or any surrounding areas, maybe you join me on this event, March 27th. So we have about 19 weeks from today to train. So that's about all I have for now. I've done my 30 minutes of static and dynamic stretching, so I'm gonna go start this run. Today it's gonna be 7 miles. Tomorrow will be 5 miles. The day after will be 7, and then a rest day on Friday, and then Saturday will be 15 miles. And what we're looking for is time. It's gonna be around maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So I think today I'll try to stick around the 10-minute per mile mark, and then come Saturday for the longer run, I will fall to a 15-minute mile for the longer run, just to build up the endurance in my legs and get them used to the stress of longer running. All right, so that's it for now. I'm gonna hit the road, and then I'll talk to you guys after. Now that the run is complete, it's time to go over these splits. So 7 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and put the splits here on the screen, somewhere here. Boom. All right, see, mile 1. Now remember, I was attempting a 10-minute mile pace. Looking through this now, and as you can probably see on the screen, I did not achieve that. But just trying to become steady and consistent with the pace, this is something I will improve on in the future. So for the first mile, 9:26. Mile 2 was 9:28. Mile number 3 was 9:36. Mile 4 must have been feeling really good. Hit that 9:12 stride. So I had to, try to make that correction on the go. Mile 5 ended up being 9:40. Mile 6, 9:43. Mile 7, I almost got it right at 9:58. I was this close. So total time was 1 hour, 7 minutes, 8 seconds with an average pace of 9 minutes, 36 seconds. So the problem with this was so let's say like mile 5, when I was running at 9:40, it felt like at points I was running too slow. So for me, and the reason behind like trying to run at a slower pace is because when I'm thinking about running 100 miles, it's such a long duration, and I'm trying to build up the conditioning and the endurance of not only my legs but my mind, because your mind's gonna give up on you a lot sooner than your body will. So during this training plan, it's important to remain intentional and deliberate when setting a pace. So 10 minutes may not be bad for 7 miles, but when you start thinking about once I get to like a 50-mile running day, then maybe 10 minutes would be too fast, drop down to 15, and that's really what I intend to do. Come race day, I may end up being around like 15 to 20 minute miles, and that's just the reality of it. Especially considering I'm probably going to get tired eventually, and I'll maybe walk or maybe stop at an aid station, take a sip of water, and if someone ends up running with me, maybe I socialize throughout the race. I'm not out here trying to break any land speed records. I'm just trying to give myself another example, another stage to showcase what I am capable of. So that's another day down. Just to reiterate what the rest of the week is going to look like. Wednesday, I'm going to do a 5-mile run. So tomorrow's 5-mile run. And since it's going to be shorter, this is supposed to be a hill run. So instead of doing hills, I'm going to go ahead and throw my kit on and then just do 5 miles with my body armor at that 10-minute pace. Thursday, another 7 miles at a 10-minute pace. Friday is going to be a rest day, so that'll just be a day of stretching, hydrating, and prepping for Saturday's long run, which is 14 to 16 miles. I may opt to go for 16 just to get that additional conditioning in, and I'm going to go ahead and do that at a 15-minute pace. And again, that's just to build the physical and mental endurance that's going to be required to run 100 miles. Sunday is going to be a 1 hour and 10-minute run. So total mileage for the week is going to be about 42 miles. And we've been increasing that about every 3 weeks. So 3 weeks ago, we were at a 34-mile week. This week it'll be 42 miles per week, and in 3 weeks from now it's going to be 52 miles per week. So that gradual improvement should take us up to I think the highest mileage per week we have, I think, is 73 miles, and that's during the week of a 50-mile run day. So one day that week is a 50-mile run, and I think that's 3 or 4 weeks from the actual Blackbeard's Revenge 100-mile race. So, and then from there we begin to taper off, and then just get ready for the 100-miler. So I'm excited to bring you guys along on the journey. I'm excited to see how we improve along the way, and the anticipation leading up to race day in the Outer Banks. So if any of you plan on being there and participating, let me know. It'd be cool to meet up and meet some maybe more experienced endurance athletes in North Carolina. And I appreciate any support that any of you may have for me throughout these next 19-20 weeks. All right, so that's today. Check back in tomorrow and let you guys know how it is. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check me out on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter. You can find me at Ham of Earth. I appreciate you guys. See ya.